Had a top 10 matchup yesterday, Indiana versus Oregon. Really fun game, and one of the teams you probably had known nothing about. Indiana, obviously you know they dismantled Illinois, but we're going to jump right in, look at how they beat Oregon, why they're not only a playoff contender, but national championship contender, and how Curt Cignetti's building just an awesome program there at Indiana. First thing you got to have to be, obviously, playoff national championship contender, you got to have a quarterback that can make things go. And Fernando Mendoza transferred into Indiana from Cal. Unbelievable player, great arm strength. And right here, very first throw they're going to look at is really the epitome of, man, what he can do. I mean, sitting here flat-footed, far hash. I mean, this is a comeback or just a, back shoulder fade possibly. 20 yards deep outside the numbers. Unbelievable throw. Great spot right there. Obviously, a little bit of man-to-man. And the timing of it, of the receiver breaking to that out, unbelievable. Created a ton of space. And this is early in the game with 11 minutes left in the first quarter. And just right here, man, showing off the arm, ripping that thing. You see why a lot of people in the draft are saying that, man, he may be a first-round pick. I mean, may even be the first quarterback taken if you can rip it like that. He was actually 20 of 31, so a pretty good day there against a pretty aggressive defense. 20 of 31, one touchdown, one INT, and even ran for 31 yards. So great play. We'll look at a couple more clips and see what all he can do. And right here, again, this is a 1st and 10 early in the game, still in the first quarter, and they threw a lot of stuff to the out routes, the comebacks, to the back shoulder fades. And again, far hash, ripping an out route at 12 yards deep on a 1st and 10, right on the ticks. I mean, unbelievable throw. This guy just makes it look easy. I mean, he's a big guy, and if you're just watching kind of his mechanics, it's not like he's straining to throw this. I mean, this is just a pretty accurate, easy throw. Rotates his hips, flips his wrist, and that's an out route from the far hash, outside the numbers to the ticks. I mean, a really, really talented player. Obviously making things go for Indiana right now. You got to keep people off balance, especially when you're playing an aggressive defense like Oregon. They're trying to catch him right here as man-to-man, and they're just going a quick screen. And right here, Mendoza, we saw the long throws where he's throwing those out routes, and now it's just a quick throw. Man, this is a quick release. He just pops his feet and rips it out there, all hips. And the accuracy on this is really good as well. You're going to put it on that upfield shoulder, so you can roll inside. You're going to kick the guy that's manned up on him, and now you got all these guys releasing to try to take care of these guys. You got to try to cut this guy off at some point. And, I mean, again, Cignetti, this is a great call by them and the offensive staff. Get the ball out in space against man-to-man. Get your O-line out there as well. And they fall forward for, 10 yards plus. Still here in the first quarter. Get those completions. Get the ball in space. Here's another look of, back shoulder fade here. And, again, it's very obvious man-to-man. Everybody's staring right here, pressed down on a 3rd and 1. They're taking their shot. So right there going fade to the outside. Back shoulder fade. He sees he's over the top, so he throws it back shoulder. Really good adjustment here by the receiver. And DB just grabs and holds. A no call on this one, which is pretty questionable at best there for the officiating. This is a really good look of it. And again, this is a great throw. Throws thing back shoulder. He's got a hold of him all the way across his body. Grabs his far shoulder pad, pulls him down. Obviously should be a call. Everybody's looking at it. Everybody's got a good angle of it. And somehow nobody throws a flag. But you can see just the passion of the fire right here. Cignetti, he's getting after the officials. And for whatever reason, whenever he's even just like walking away, that's when this guy decides to throw a flag. It's one of those things like, why? I'm sitting there yelling at you in the face. And then whenever I walk off, now you're going to throw the flag. It's one of those things I don't understand with the officiating right there, why they're throwing a flag at that point. Kind of a weird situation as far as why and when they threw it. So a lot being said, man, it's a 3rd and 1. Stunk. They tried to go for it on 4th down. They had a false start, so they backed up. But Mendoza just kept spinning it, man. Right here on this one, a little bit of an RPO. You can see they're running inside zone, split zone here. He gets into the box, and they just throw an out route here against an off safety. So right here, he just steps back, rips it again like he's trying to turn it over play. Not the most accurate ball, but again, man, sometimes you got to get bailed out. Great catch right here, just a one-handed catch. And it's not a huge play, but this is on a 1st and 10, and you're trying to keep these guys from getting this extra guy in the box for the run game. So just a little bit of RPO. Great decision here by Mendoza. Would love to be a little bit more accurate, but receiver bails you out, and then he makes a guy miss, falls forward, gets a 1st down for you right there on the 1st and 10. Again, just the efficiency of the offense against a really good defense was something to behold. Indiana's a really good team. Man, they're a really good team, and that quarterback makes them go. And obviously, they've got guys on the outside that are really underrated as well. This is one of those things, this may get old as well. Again, same thing, far hash, far out route. NFL scouts don't get bored with this at all. If you can rip that out there on time, and you see, man, the ball is out. This guy's still facing this direction. He's just putting his foot in the ground to work out. The timing is great. Ball placement is really good, and just pushing it to the sideline. And, if you can just make those throws all day and make them come down and play, and then they're afraid of you going vertical, doing those fades, and we'll see some of those here in a second, you're going to be really good, really tough to stop offensively. Here was a play that actually kept Oregon in the game, and a little bit of pressure going man-to-man. They're trying to find this crosser here going all the way across the field, and just underthrows this, probably makes a bad decision. The coverage is really good because as you're looking at it right here, he's drifting a little bit. He is getting pressure, and man, he's right there on that hip. Really don't have much space to throw this. If you are going to throw it, you better put it out here. If he slows him down at all, especially with a good DB, he's going to undercut it. Not only does he undercut it, but he goes and scores and ties the game back up. So, I mean, it's one of those things. Indiana basically let him stay in it. I mean, even if we take a sack here, because right here, that's pretty tight coverage. Sometimes the best play you can have is to take a sack, and I think that's probably what they're going to tell him in the film room. Man, that's tight coverage. I don't like it. Either we got to press this thing all the way out here and let him keep running, but we cannot slow him down at all for his tight man coverage. Good play there by 4 as well, and then high steps into the end zone to keep Oregon into it. Like we saw earlier, a lot of out routes, and now you get the guys to come down and play, face-to-face, man-to-man, and right here just, man, a back shoulder fade. Unbelievable throw, and the timing on this is really good as well. You can tell, man, they've thrown 1,000 of these, and just by the way this ball gets out, all he does is punch plant, and the ball is getting released right now. The guy's at 5 yards, the ball's out. And, man, he's just putting it to his spot, and then great late adjustment here by the receiver. If you adjust too early, that DB can adjust with you. But, man, just late adjustment creates the space because all you got to have is a little bit of space at the right time. It doesn't have to be space the entire route. You got to have a little bit of space at the right time, and the ball placement's got to be in the right spot, and that's an awesome throw and catch. Almost unstoppable against man-to-man. I mean, you can see why, man, this guy's just rocketing up draft boards. This is unbelievable timing, and just execution is unreal there for Indiana. I mean, this is the go-ahead touchdown going up 27-20 with about 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So the way you looked at it, the number one thing you got to have to be championship contender, and that's quarterback Fernando Mendoza is absolute guy. Can rip it around. Now, of course, you got to have a run game to protect him. Keep from having to throw it 50 times a game. And against Oregon, Indiana averaged 3.9 per rush, ran for over 120 yards. So they do have a run game. Fernando even got in there, ran for 31 yards. So it's one of those that everybody's working it. Got to be physical up front. And right here on this one, this is a great look. Just a little bit of inside zone. And it's in 21 personnel. So right here, those two for those two, these two for those two. He's going to work that up. And we're going to base right here, leave this guy for the backside. And he's going to be the unblocked guy. So right here, again, tons of movement. Great job right here on some double teams. Get him cut off, working through that and working up to that linebacker. And, of course, just hitting this thing downhill. Great patience here by the back. And once he sees the crease, he hits it and he goes vertical with his shoulder pads square. Makes the guy miss, runs to an arm tackle, even though that guy did have a piece of him. Still makes him miss. An average back is going to go down right there for about 4, but right there just runs through that arm tackle and gets an extra 5-6 yards. That's huge. Keeping drives alive. This is a 1st and 10. Whenever you can create explosive plays against a pretty good defense on a 1st and 10, make those guys get more guys into the box. Just like we talked about earlier, they got to come down here and press, and they've got to get. Now you got a chance to create explosive plays. But right there, keeping them off balance, able to run the football, being consistent with it, averaging 4 yards a carry is huge. And of course, when you get down here to the red zone goal line, got to be able to finish in the end zone with touchdowns. Then you've also, man, you got to run the ball because it's a lot more difficult whenever you get down here as far as windows, tighter coverage, people being a little more aggressive. You got safeties that are low. And right here, again, you're taking a body for a body. There's going to be an unblocked guy just based on how tight this is. That's the safety. The safety's the unblocked guy. He's working across. Now you've got to find a way as a back to get into the end zone. And that's what they do right here. Puts his head down, runs through the safety, and falls 5 yards into the end zone. That's what you want to do. You don't want to just make it where the official has to make the call at the goal line. Run through his face, get into the end zone. Great job right there, being physical. And even with, Dan Lanning and those guys talking about being at the physicality at Oregon, Indiana matched that physicality, and they were maybe even the more physical team at times. And right there, man, great run. Great job there by the O-line, taking a body for a body, eyes up on that linebacker, and then back. Great feel for it, and great job, again, finishing. I said it, probably 10 times, but to run through somebody's face and set the tone right there with the first touchdown is awesome. Great job there by the running back. I know we talked about Mendoza getting into the run game as well, and this is one right here, 3rd and 3. And obviously they're playing a lot of man coverage. It's actually a zone look, though. A lot of times against man-to-man, you can get that quarterback free because there's nobody with eyes on the quarterback. But right here on this one, zone coverage, they twist up front. Great patience there by the O-line. Then Mendoza doesn't like it. They're just running out routes. If you want to take it, take it. But right here, whenever he dropped out, he knew, hey, I'm going to run draw. I just got to be patient, let everything sort out. And so this is a great job here by the O-line sorting out this twist. You see these guys working around, doing some different things here. But great patience getting vertical right there, falling forward for a big gain on a 3rd and 3, and just keeping those guys off balance, having those options in it so that if the routes aren't there, now we can run the draw, get an explosive, not an explosive play, but get a good play on a 3rd and 3 and get a first down. Anytime you can do that, that's hard on the defense. Now they got to leave more guys in the box, maybe spy you. And obviously, whenever you're doing against that man coverage, which right here was zone, it makes those guys hopefully get out of that man coverage. Now you can dictate to the defense what they're going to do, as opposed to those guys dictating what kind of coverage they want to be in. Another look right here of just finishing in the red zone goal line area. This is on a first down. They got extra O linemen in here. You got some big old fullbacks. Everybody's just down blocking. Just take your inside gap. He's going to fit right there off the edge. He's going to fit off the edge. We're going to get downhill into that wash, see what happens. And this is just an awesome play. A lot of movement, horizontal movement there by the line. And these two guys just basically bury that guy all the way up to the linebacker. And then, again, back. Man, he's a great one. It's just finding a way to get into the end zone. So he just burrows in there, runs through his safety again. I guess maybe this is the mic. He just runs through that dude, playing with momentum, playing with speed. Man, it falls into the end zone again. Don't leave it up to the officials. Finish with the football. I mean, don't watch the Auburn game if you want to see that, but finish with the football and run through the end zone. Don't leave it up to those dudes. Be the more physical team. Run through the end zone when your red zone goal line. Really good scheme. And, of course, averaging 4 yards a carry against Oregon's defense is huge. Keep those guys on the field in those situations and keep them off balance. Don't just be one-dimensional. So far, we just talked about the offense. And, of course, if you're a championship contender, you've got to have a great defense. And right now, we're going to start looking at the Indiana run defense. Now, the offense averaged 3.9 per. Defense kept Oregon at 2.7 per, so 1.2 better. And, of course, you got to be a great defense to win championships, and that's why I also think that they're championship contender, not just a playoff contender. Some teams just have good offense, good defense, whatever it is, but they're a complete team. Did a great job with them. They're really physical on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 2 right here early in the game. So we got 11:59. This is early, I believe, first drive, and it's a 3rd and 2, and you can just see the physicality of these guys right here. So a little bit of an option like a power read. You got this guy pulling around, but this is down blocking. But see where that O-line ends up. Man, they're shocking these dudes. They're a yard back in the yard behind the line of scrimmage. They're moving it right there, creating penetration, knocking off pullers. He's back here. He checks that, and we're squeezing linebackers. Everybody's filling, and they're playing extremely physical football, fitting this thing up, getting off a block, putting a shoulder pad on it. So right there, if you stopped it right here, you think, all right, he's probably going to get the first down. Nope, linebacker fits it up, and then everybody else is running, putting a shoulder pad on them. They're not just sitting there reaching, hoping that something happens, but they're actually being physical, run to the football, grabbing legs right there. You can see right here, maybe he's a little bit off as far as his angle, but man, he's grabbing. He's grabbing. He's playing hard, and they get this guy on the ground. Makes it a 4th and 1 here. And of course, 4th and 1, a lot of times you got to be by far the more physical team up front to stop them. And right here on this one, just running a little bit of power. And again, you can see penetration here. Guys getting knocked back, knocking off pullers. This guy's really a non-factor because everything already got condensed. He's just in the way now. And, of course, the guy who really makes his plays is the linebacker. If you're watching this cat right here, he just fits in here to the backside. He sees the open window, and now he shoots his gun low at the hip. And, of course, fitting off the block, you got to make sure you're pushing him back. Don't let him fall forward at all. So right there, this is a great defensive play. Great job of guys being physical up front, getting penetration right here on the backside. They did get a little bit of movement vertically, but linebackers fitting in, getting off blocks, and playing with a hard hat, moving those guys back. Don't let them fall forward is an awesome job. Indiana's defense, really, really physical. They do a great job with their fundamentals as well as far as tackling and just, putting a shoulder pad on somebody. You don't see a ton of that in college football. A lot of guys reaching, not being physical. Indiana's defense is one of those that will step up and strike you. Another look here of Indiana's defense stopping the run. This is later in the game, 3rd quarter. Run a little bit of pin and pull out here to the boundary with a little bit of motion and just the way they fit this. Linebackers fitting over the top. They make guys miss. They slip some blocks, and they've got extra defenders out here. These guys just run by because they just slip that block. You got guys running. Really no chance on this. Lots of penetration. You got your tight end, fullback, or whoever this is. It might even be an extra old lineman that's just getting absolutely worked. 2 yards deep into the backfield, making that cut off of them, and then that guy slipping blocks as well. Poor job of Oregon actually fitting up on their blocks as well. But, Indiana, hard hats, and again, guys, they're running to the football. They may not make the play, but they're slowing you down. And then if they slow you down, those defensive linemen, linebackers, safeties, they're fitting in. They're playing hard. They're running to the football. Look at that. You got 6 Indiana jerseys right there, just getting them on the ground, being physical, playing fast, man. Love to see it. That defense is getting after it here for Indiana. So you obviously stop the run. Now Oregon's going to throw the ball, and Indiana's defense, man, had 6 sacks compared to 2 for Oregon. So, I mean, getting after the quarterback, stopping the run, that's a winning formula. And, of course, 2 interceptions as well, especially late in the game, were huge. But right here, just the pressure that they're able to create. They're just rushing 4. They do twist just a little bit up front. But rushing 4 here on 1st and 10, and, man, hitting home. I mean, we got 2 guys that are beating their defenders, spinning off, and then great awareness here for him to spin. And he makes him step up. Just a guy free, beats that tackle, and just gets vertical. I mean, great job finishing right here. I mean, 6 sacks. And that might be one of the stats of the year as far as what people are doing. I mean, whenever you lose tight ball games, typically you're getting sacked a lot. So, I mean, this is one of those things you have to go back and look at how often that happens. And right here on this one, man, this is a great call. You got a corner blitz here. Safety's having to get over the top, and not only do they get a corner blitz, but they also get just an outside backer free. So, for whatever reason, they didn't slide. Maybe they just thought they're going to be hot here. And, I mean, if they are hot, quarterback's eyes have to get here. But, for whatever reason, they're off that page, and you got 2 guys rushing free. You got a guard that's trying to sit there. I mean, I guess he's probably trying to get here, trying to block that guy. But, man, it's one of those, you got 2 guys running free right at the quarterback, and they get him on the ground there. So, I mean, great call, great scheme. Looks like they beat their protection right here just based on the call. And then, of course, able to get him on the ground. So it's one of those things, maybe something that they saw in that formation that allowed them to blitz that guy on 3rd and 11 and create another sack. Of course, sacks are great, but turnovers are better. Right here, again, getting a lot of penetration. You can see, man, this end, he's condensing this into the quarterback's face, gets his hands up, knocks the ball into the air. That's the first interception right there. That tied up the turnover margin at 1. Both teams had an interception here at this point. This is 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Indiana's already up 7 points. And this sets them up deep into Oregon territory where they'll run the clock off and also kick a field goal, go up 2 scores. But right there, man, huge turnover. I mean, Indiana won every single category. And right here, again, after they kick that field goal, just being aggressive. I mean, they're trying to run a snag route right here. Linebacker falls to it, makes another big play. So they won turnover 2-1. They won explosive plays. They protected the quarterback better. They ran the ball better. They were better on the special teams right here. I mean, they kicked a 58-yarder, and they were 3 for 3 on field goals. Oregon missed one. They were 2 for 3. I mean, it's one of those. Indiana won this game and should have won it by more. They were on the road at Oregon. So, very impressive situation. Ran the ball better, threw the ball better, protected the football, protected the quarterback, and their special teams were better. And the only thing that kept Oregon in the game was that pick 6 that they threw on that crossing route. To me, Indiana should have won this by 3 scores. Really good football game by Indiana. And if they play that clean and can run the football, Mendoza stays healthy, they're a national championship contender with everything that they do. They do it the right way. They give themselves a chance because of the things they focus on. Running the football, stopping the run, pressuring the quarterback. I mean, everything they did proved. If you just look at the box score, Indiana is obviously winning that game. And I even think Oregon maybe got a little lucky. They kept that game a little bit closer than it should have been. Appreciate you guys watching. See you guys again next video.